Welcome to Tuesday Night Torg. I am JM, your GM. I'm going to lean over here for a bit, turn off that other light, and we are playing Torg tonight on the Ulysses International channel. Welcome. I hope you have all been safe and healthy and got a bunch of great games in over the last week. So we're just going to jump back in with our recap. So first of all, we did have one comment. Anton got his occult tech way back in the day. Those early times of character creation. So Anton, do you want to explain where and how you got your occult tech?
Yeah, he got it while he was still a slave, and if you read about Tharkold, the big event when the nukes went off and shook things up is when he was opened to his psionic abilities. So he had the occult tech and then went on to become a scion.
So, when we last left off, the group had made it into Moscow, went and investigated a warehouse that should be familiar to those of you who watched our Eternity Shards game. And on the way out, a group of basically gangers attacked the Storm Knights. Anton was thrown into the Kur. Genevieve went into the Kur after him. They discovered Grendel cats, which, by the way, my son wanted to go on a monster hunting walk this week, and so he asked what monster we were hunting, and so I told him all about Grendel cats, and now he has an entire notebook entry on what Grendel cats are. So thank you, chat, for that name. I have passed on the terror to my son. In the ensuing chaos, a RPG was lobbed at one of your jeeps, and that alerted the special forces of the Volkov's troops that were sort of tearing down the crates and the boxes and the incident that had happened in the warehouse. You also met someone who is Armand referred to as Rasputin's heir, an advisor to Volkov, and somehow tied up in all of this mess. And so when we left off, Edith was in the back of a jeep. The rest of you were in jeeps as well. One of your jeeps is, well, not doing so hot. So as you pulled away, following Genevieve's map that she prepared in case things went sideways, you heard the roar of bikes behind you. And so we're going to go into a chase scene.
Woo!
Ross, let me know when to stop shuffling.
How about now?
Okay. Do you want me to cut, or you want me to take the top card?
Top card.
All right. I've been watching a lot of David Blaine, so I know how this works. All right. So as you go heading off into the streets of Moscow, so again, let's kind of. It's only, I think, this will be the second time we have done a chase scene. So let's just kind of walk through for both the chat and our players how chase scenes work. So chase scenes are dramatic. They're dramatic scenes. You are attempting to get away before the bikes catch up into you, in which case they become a combat scene. So to advance to the next, so we're going to track each vehicle separately. So half the groups with Armand, half the groups with was Edith driving the other car, I believe? Who's driving the other Jeep? All right. So I'm going to let you guys decide who is where. Armand's Jeep is the one that that sort of took the brunt of the RPG. So before I continue explaining the rules, who's in which Jeep?
I'm in Jeep 1, I think.
That is Edith's Jeep? All right.
I was in whatever Jeep I was placed in. I don't know what Jeep that was.
So Lady Salvo's in Jeep 1, and who's driving that? Armand?
Nope. Edith
I'm
is.
following Armand. If I'm the one driving the Jeep, the second Jeep?
And the RPG did not hit the Jeep. It went off near the Jeep. So it is damaged, but it is not out of commission. So Salvo's with Edith. Anton is with Armand. That'll be easy, the A Jeep. And then Genevieve, where are you and Oleski going?
I think last time Lady Salvo said she put me in a Jeep, so I'm in whatever Jeep Lady Salvo put me in.
Yeah, Oleski was driving, remember?
Yeah, you're in the Jeep with the two A's.
All right. Armand, Alexi, Anton, and
Yeah, the upside down A.
Oleski and Anton. All right, and V. All right. So, the way this will work, it works like a dramatic scene. So you have to be able to advance, and we're going to track each one differently. So, congratulations. It will be you will test land vehicles, and the DN is based off of the maximum, the top speed of the fastest participant. So you guys will get a +2 to the roll, but the DNs for you are going to be 16, while the bikes will get a +4 to the roll. Now, yeah. So we're just going to get into it. If you were trying to shoot or do stunts, you're going to take a -2 from all attacks and not include the vehicle bonus, because chases are about getting away. They're not about being in combat. And then every step behind someone increases the penalty that you will suffer by 2, if that makes sense. So the further it is away, the harder it is to hit. You guys are going to start on step B. The bikes are going to start on step A. All right. Does that all make sense? Any questions? Any questions from the chat before we get into this chase through the burnt-out streets of Tharkoldian Moscow?
I think chat wanted all the Storm Knights in one Jeep.
All right. Well, then let's get started. First card, not like this. Available steps are A, B, and C. So you guys can advance to C. They can try and close the distance as well. Heroes go first, but they are fatigued.
Oh no!
And intimidate or maneuver will be your approved actions for this. So being fatigued means at the end of your turn, every one of you will take 2 points of shock. All right.
Question before we start: the shock that V gave me at the beginning, that's worn off by now?
It has not. We have not finished the scene, so no.
Okay. Cool.
All right. So the A Jeep is being driven by NPCs, so I will make that roll. Edith, let's start with you, as you are driving the other Jeep.
Maneuver!
The unfortunate thing is that we are going first, and the approved action is maneuver, so I could maneuver if they had gone first, but I guess I will try to maneuver anyway.
So you will actually need, as the driver, you will need to test land vehicles. If you would like to make it a multi-action, you are welcome to both drive the Jeep.
What attribute am I rolling against for land vehicles?
Dexterity.
Could be worse.
All right.
Could be better, too.
Listen.
Hey, you weren't here
Have a
for
break
last
then.
session, which means you guys actually, Lily, your driver, has the best possibility pool kind of remaining right now. So, all right. So immediately the A Jeep peels out, and the Jeep you're in, Genevieve, is not actually, and Anton, he's not trying to do anything fancy. No maneuvering, nothing. He is trying to put raw speed and distance between you guys and the Spetnaz who are chasing you. So your Jeep moves on to C. Edith,
I will also just drive, and I roll an 11.
All right,
Total points of 11.
So, did you
Sorry.
add your +2 from your Jeep?
Oh, 13.
Okay, and you need to get to 16. So this is a dramatic scene. This is not a combat scene. So you can play cards from your hand. You can play possibilities however you want to do this.
I can trade you a hero.
Well, I have a hero, so I'm perfectly happy to play that. And
Edith, don't be a hero. Wait, we're playing the wrong game for that. Be a hero.
We don't need another hero.
All right. So you spend a possibility?
I spend a possibility? Oh,
Hero counts as a possibility.
Yeah. Or
yeah.
Remember, it comes in at least a 10. You got a 20? All right.
No, 17.
17? That's still good enough to both Jeeps kind of peel out. Edith, you can tell that your Jeep is not doing super well. Your bonus will drop from +2 to +1 next round, and pray no dilemmas or anything like that comes up, because the Jeep was close to an RPG that had a heat round in it. All right, so Edith, you will take 2 shock from just the intensity of everything that's going on. Anton, Lady Salvo, and Genevieve, you are up.
So we can't do anything to increase our progression, but I can do something to try to slow down. I'm not sure if it's Spetnaz or FSB that are chasing us. Doesn't matter. They're both bad guys.
Go for it.
I will use my innate telekinetic abilities to pull rubble that's everywhere in Moscow and just throw it in the road to try to slow them down.
All right, so we'll use that as your maneuver. Go for it. And I'll give you a destiny card for it, assuming it's successful. And these are Spetnaz.
Not like spending possibility on your first roll. Again, I got to get to 16.
So for you, your maneuver is going to be their maneuver, but you are 3 steps away and driving, so that's a -2, 4, 6. All right, so that's -6 to your roll. You're trying to get a 10. That's their maneuver.
Okay. Well, I'm at 13.
Okay, that is a. So, do you want to make them vulnerable or stymied?
I could ask, but I know I've got the cheat sheet that you gave us. Gosh darn it. Don't you know?
Anton's from that Minnesota part of Darkhold.
That's right. I will make it harder for them.
Okay.
So be stymied.
Stymied.
Because right now it's a chase. I don't need to make them more vulnerable. I just need to make it harder for them to succeed in driving around the rubble or jumping it. Or.
All right. So Anton, as you kind of, as Armand is driving the Jeep, trying not to hit too many potholes, although there are still potholes, you just kind of start picking up telekinetic rubble and throwing it in front of the Jeeps. Now, this is the first time you heard the Jeeps last time and kind of saw them, jump over a bit of rubble coming, a low wall kind of coming around the corner. And now you can see that there are 4 Jeeps. 2 of them have solo riders on them. 2 of them have riders with someone riding behind with their weapons sort of pointed right at you. You take 2 shock.
Those are motorcycles, Jam.
What did I say?
Jeeps.
Jeeps. Sorry, yes, the motorcycles, the bikes. That's what I meant. Thank you. Lady Salvo and Genevieve, you are up. Guess who's been practicing your character's name, Maddie?
Well, I can go. I'm going to also try and maneuver. I'm going to use my bullwhip, lean out the window, and lash a table piled high with junk that some guy's trying to sell, and it's got one of those collapsible legs.
Oh
And
yeah,
I just yank the leg out from it. All this junk goes rolling into the street in front of the guys.
they
Melons?
are bootleg copies of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, as well as other merchandise that just goes tumbling into the road.
Well, they're big, so it's the full 22 film pack.
That's right. Yeah.
That's-
You also hear bonk smash from behind you. You're not sure what hit the road, but it definitely triggered some sort of voice chip.
Okay. Well, that's not great. So I will spend my hero card
Okay.
as well, because that was a 6, and that is a 10, and that is an 11. So 21, 6, 27.
Mark, you got Flurry as your Destiny card, by the way.
And, that's going to be. We take a -2 for this.
You'll take essentially a -6.
-6. Holy
Yes.
ball. Okay. Wow. Well, then it's a 15.
That is a good success. So, do you want to make one very stymied or very
Yes.
vulnerable? All right.
Very, very stymied.
And you got Willpower as your Destiny card.
All right, another one.
All right, you hear. You don't understand. I mean, Anton, you understand Russian. The rest of you don't need to understand the words to understand the venom that is spat at you as two of the bikes kind of start to spin out a little bit. You can hear the sounds of DVD cases catching the back wheel of a motorcycle tire and being shot across the street to shatter on the wall, and a very irate merchant who seems to be swearing even more than the Spetnaz forces who are chasing you. Genevieve, you are up.
Does it look like they have radios? Or they're communicating with each other?
It looks like they are yelling to each other. You can see
Low tech. Yelling is very low tech.
this very low tech. They do have
And free.
they do have short range communicators. So like just short range comms. So radio.
And then did we have? Yes, we did. We had radios on our packs from.
Armand gave you radios.
Can I use my turn to try and find what frequency they're on?
Yeah, give me a computer's roll.
And so what am I at? Minus.
For this, you're just trying to find the frequency, so the distance penalties do not come into effect.
Okay, so I'm just at the -3 for my wounds.
And the -2 just because you're trying to do all of this while a chase scene is going on. So.
Okay, so -5.
Yep.
Okay.
You are shooting for 14 as this is an encrypted channel.
Did you see what the chat said about the Spetsnaz? They tie messages to axes and throw them to each other.
That's right. That's how amazing they are.
While backflipping.
That's right.
That's right.
You're a
Well,
big
I
chat.
feel like the chat just leveled up the ability of my Spetsnaz troopers, so I appreciate that. I'm going to run with that.
So I rolled an 18, which gives me 5, so that's a wash.
Okay. So what's your base
12.
at 12? So you would need to spend a card or a possibility to gain access to their encrypted. And Lady Salva, don't forget -2 shock or 2 shock for
Yeah, I took it.
okay.
I have
Fatigue.
a card which can add +3 to your roll.
I have action too, so I'll play it. So that gets me to 15.
All right. You do find it, and your cyber deck is automatically translating. What's coming up. The obviously they are yelling instructions to each other and radioing your position sort of back to command, and you do see that someone comes over the radio whose voice is a little bit raspier, a little bit more commanding, and Kill all save one. I only need to know what the monster hunter knows.
Whoa!
Bring her back
Stop
to
me
me.
to-
Do not lose them. All right. So it is now their turn. The motorcycles are going to try to catch up to you. They're going to try to close the distance to C. So this is a multi-action. Yes, Anton.
Did I hear what since she was playing it on her thing, did I hear what that
No,
was
so that was
saying?
all internal. It was doing the translation.
Okay.
Yeah, she heard the voice,
Okay.
and then there was a real-time sort
I
of.
just want to see if I could recognize the voice or not, but that's okay. I know who it is.
All right, so one guy's stymied. So stymie's -2. Multi-action -2. All right. Wash. 4. All right. So the stymied bike falls behind and does not advance beyond A. Just the rubble in the streets, burned out cars, bands of techno demons that are kind of walking through thralls. He kind of gets bogged down between a number of techno demons who start pushing him around, and he has to spin the wheel out in a big peal of smoke and get back onto the road. The very stymied one is at 8, 16, plus 3, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, he also does not advance. The other two both make it to B, seeing their allies not get anywhere. They close the distance one range band, and so two of them are going to take shots at you. The first guy is part of the very stymied, and he is 2 range bands away, and the -2, so he's at a -10. Does this even make sense?
Woo! Well,
Oh yeah, you should
dice
shoot
can
cookies
always
in the
blow
back.
up. Dice can always blow up.
Dice can't. Thanks, Ross. I appreciate
Oh,
you
wow.
just.
You could roll a 20 and then a 20 and then a 20. It could happen.
I got a 10.
Oh, there you go.
A 10 and a 16 is
I was
a
hoping for a
26.
card.
So that's a minus. So that's a 9, which makes their fire combat -1, which is so this one is going to shoot at Edith's Jeep. Lady Salvo, does a 12 hit your dodge?
No.
All right. Bullets go flying past. The other one is taking a shot at Anton and does not have nearly as many penalties. He is only at...
In my head, it works like this. We're driving, and Edith's like, they'll never hit us at this range. And I'll say, well, they might get lucky. And the bullets go flying by through the back of the windshield. And I'm like, okay, not that lucky. Not that lucky.
All right. So Anton does a... 14 plus 1. Does a 13 hit your fire combat? Or sorry, hit your dodge.
Yes,
By is it a good success?
by 1.
Okay, so it's just a regular success. What's your toughness?
12.
All right, the AN-94 bucks in the guy's hand, and you said, I'm sorry, what did you say your toughness was?
12.
12, right, up by 2. You will take 2 shock as it hits you in the chest.
I'll take it.
All right. All right, that's my team. They regroup is the next card. You may not advance beyond C. It's A, B, and C. So we're going to have to discuss kind of what... So as you kind of come up over the hill, you can see that
Seize the initiative. Flip another card, JM.
flip another card, but they got
Yeah, 'cause
villains got inspiration. Like, that's, all right.
Yeah, no, flip another card.
All right, always the hard way. Heroes will go first with inspiration, which means you will, all of you immediately recover 2 shock. Any multi-action is a approved action. However, There is no advancement. There is a critical problem.
And what was the approved action?
Any multi-action.
Any multi-action.
Failing
Well,
the
at
skill
least
test during a critical
Anyway.
problem means you must start completely over. All right. So here's what happens, Edith. I already said that if one of these came up, the Jeep, as you're flooring it, you're starting to slow down. You both can, Edith and Lady Salvo, you can both hear the engine is starting to choke. It's starting to sputter. You can either try and just make your roll to stay at sea to kind of recover the speed, and if you make it, you're fine. If you fail it, the Jeep's engine will blow up and the Jeep will has suffered too much damage, and you will basically go back to A on your vehicle. The other vehicle, let's make it a perfect action scene. The bridge is out. There might be enough of a bridge ahead that with enough speed, you could launch to the other side of the river. But that relies on an NPC roll. So, heroes go first. Who would like to go first?
Inspiration.
That's right. I do allow you to spend possibility on these. Who wants to go first?
I guess I will try a repair.
Okay.
Yeah.
1930 stick. You get out and kick the tires.
Well,
Give it a
I
percussive.
mean, it's an internal combustion engine, so it's not that different than the 30s engine.
That's right.
So...
A little percussive maintenance. Fonz it.
Right.
It's a Jeep. It's probably made, in the 40s, really. But, yeah, same tech.
Yeah, so I'll attempt to repair it. That's a mind, isn't it?
That is a mind.
All right, cool. So I guess, would it be a multi-action? Because I'm gonna have to get out, climb,
Yep.
and then open the hood. So I'm maneuvering.
I will
and...
give you the multi-action here.
Okay. Cool.
As Edith leans out the side of the Jeep.
Yeah, she's
because the
looking
hood's straight up in front of her.
because the
She
hood's
can
up.
look
Yeah.
through the bullet holes in it.
All right. So what do you need me to roll first? The maneuver or the?
Let's do the maneuver first. So you will just take the straight -2 because Edith is driving all over the place.
Oh, and it's one roll for a multi-action. Well, I got a 17, so that's a +4, so it would normally be a 17 -2, 15.
All right. So you definitely succeed on the maneuver. It was a hard task, which was a 14. So you kind of, as you watch from the other Jeep, Anton and Genevieve, Lady Salvo kind of gets out and starts unhooking the straps that are holding down this Jeep cover, and it starts to flutter and eventually flies up. Edith, you can't see a thing. You're kind of leaning off to the side. It's a critical problem. That thing lets go and goes flipping back.
Okay, so now the 17 is also a mind roll, and that's at a -8.
It would be a -2 for the Jeep and a -2 for the multi-action.
-4. Okay, so that would be a 7, but I can play 2 willpower cards to make that a 13.
All right. So you get in there and you can clearly see the problem. Some of the cabling has melted from the exposure to the superheated plasma of the heat route. So you, kind of acting on instinct, maybe some long remembered lecture that your father gave you one time on super science.
Weird science.
Weird science, yeah. Pull out some cloth and kind of manage to separate the wires that keep shorting as they hit each other.
My scarf.
Yeah. And Edith, the Jeep rumbles to life. You think you've got enough power and speed to make the jump. Lady Salvo is on the outside of the Jeep right now.
I give you a big thumbs up.
You see the hood completely sheared off?
Yeah, it just sheared off and went.
Great. Can I go next, guys?
Yes.
I
never
snatch it
wanted
with
to-
my telekinesis
Yes.
and just put it right in front of those two motorbikes with a maneuver. So multi-action, I'm gonna do telekinesis and maneuver.
All right, so this will be -2 for the multi-action, -2 for the distance, and -2 for the chase
Because you want
penalty.
it to be.
I get a card, Jam.
You do get a card. Lady Salvo gets alertness.
Woo.
It's been another possibility. That's a 20. Yeah, it's plus 8. So, quick math. So my 20. You said -6, right?
Distance, multi-action, and yeah,
Yeah,
-8.
2, 4, 6. Okay. So telekinesis is fine at 18. That's outstanding success for me. So it's +4. The range is fine. Plus 50 meters for the range. So I can. And for maneuver though.
Now, are you trying to hit? So here's the thing. So same roll. It's one roll. Are you trying to? So your multi-action was activating your telekinesis and.
Trying to maneuver it.
All right. So if you want to hit a second person, that would be an additional target. So there would be another -2 to it. So
Sure. I'll see if I can't slam the hood into one rider and knock him into the other.
Okay. So
Make them both.
all right. So
So
just
that's
take an additional -2 to all that. Yep.
Yeah. So that's a 16. And.
Chat's trying to argue, Edith, that lighter jeeps fly farther.
Ah,
Basic physics.
That's,
They really don't weigh that much. If I may tell a story from way back when young Private Pelegi was in Germany and our tire went flat. 3 of us lifted up on the back of the Jeep while one guy changed the tire, and then we got back in and took off. Didn't even need a jet.
These are Tharkoldian jeeps. They're quite heavy.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Your Jeep just has the 2 of you and is down one hood. The other Jeep has 4 passengers and a hood. So,
Well, that's a great point.
yeah. All right,
It's heavier,
Anton,
but it's more aerodynamic, so that's okay.
what'd you get?
Math.
Oh, sorry.
So, basic 8. So the maneuver roll then is down to a 12.
All right, so that will make both of them stymied. I assume you want to continue with the stymied?
Yeah.
All right,
Card, please.
you did get a card. Your card is Nemesis. Who's going next? We've got Edith, Genevieve, and the NPCs, which would be a great band name. Genevieve and the NPCs. French
I just-
techno punk. Yeah, I would definitely. With a slight Tharkoldian metal.
Jam. I would like to, now that I have found the radio frequency, can I use my, so if it's translating the Russian into French or English for V, can it then translate French or English back into Russian?
Sure.
Trying to decide if I want to misdirect them or if I just want to start blasting music in their ears.
I am but
Already
the
done
GM.
Marvel movies once. I think probably start blasting music.
Okay. I will start piping the classic The Hustle through their radio frequency.
So you're
They start motorcycle dancing.
so you're attempting to trick them. All right.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. it's going to be one trick roll applied to their trick, but for 2 of them, you're going to be at. So if you're trying to hit all 4 of them, that's a 4-step multi-action, plus another multi-action for, or sorry, so that's -8, -2 from the chase, and there's really no distance on the radio, so it's just going to be a -10 to this roll.
You got this.
To do all 4?
To get all 4 of them, it's a -10. It would count as your multi-action for this sweet, sweet Destiny card.
Right, but it'd be a -13 because I'm at -3.
I know what it is, and I've just discovered I can show chat and not you guys.
Oh, I see it. You angled it too. Yeah, there
we
better.
go. Now I can show chat and not you guys. Don't tell him, chat. I see Mark trying to get you to tell him.
I was trying to catch it on the delay.
I caught it on the delay. Don't worry.
What do I need? So I'd be rolling trick, right?
Mm-hmm. I love my players.
And
You got it, Maddie. Go for it.
I don't think I have it.
If you fail, you fail, but you can give it a try.
Yeah. It's the hustle.
Right, I don't have anything to dump into it though, so it's not.
I'm sure
You got an
people...
action card.
Yeah.
Are you all out of possibilities?
No, but I also can't take any more damage, so I need to save my possibilities.
Okay. I'm playing Transfer, JM.
Okay.
And I'm going to give V one of my possibilities.
Nice. All right.
There you go. You have a free possibility, V.
You guys are like an outstanding example of teamwork in Torg. I just want to point that out. I mean, I am partial to my players, but all right.
So
And I can give you an action card too if you need it.
Wouldn't
well,
hurt.
all said and done, I'm sitting on a whopping 6, so I don't think it works.
Oh yeah, and actually, even with the possibility.
Yeah, because I rolled a 3 on my first roll, so that got me to 22. So that's 8 plus my trick, which is 11, which is 19. Minus 13 is 6.
Why -13? It's only -10.
She's wounded.
Oh, you're wounded. Well,
That's
here's what I will tell you, Maddie, because the intent of the rules in Torg is that the GM is pulling for the players. These guys have a trick of 9, so actually, a 9 will make all of them stymied, and the ones who are currently stymied vulnerable as well.
He's giving you an action card to use.
Okay.
All right.
So 9 is enough. That's the whole point.
So they are
Good job,
all,
Maddie.
They're all stymied and they're all vulnerable. What does it look like, Maddie?
Do the hustle.
When you do the
the
hustle,
hustle.
like there's definitely that one guy on the back who was raised
Drivers
on.
take their hands off and start doing this, so the bikes.
They
I
are
think
all
it's right in
stymied.
the middle, it's his jam, and so he starts roller skating, like weaving, and he starts trying to do that on a motorcycle and just.
Yeah, they all.
Comrades, this is my jam.
This is that scene when you guys all realize that you're actually in the Tharkoldian version of Greece. All right, Maddie, you recover 2 shock and you get a drama card, or you get the card drama, not a drama card. All right, so it is now my gaggle of stymied Spetnaz.
Do the demons notice and start doing their thing on the side?
Oh, there's definitely that one runt who is. And he's immediately smacked down by a larger techno demon.
That would have happened anyway.
All right, so Spetnaz. Oh, I'm sorry. Roll for Edith, you've still got to make your land vehicle roll.
Oh yeah.
I did not forget. All right, Edith.
Don't be forgotten.
Floor it. DN 16.
You know, these dice do not care for me. But they why.
That is right.
I haven't done anything to them.
Tell me more. Tell me more. Did you blow up a bridge? Thank you, chat. You get a possibility to use in whatever home game you're at.
Sorry, Lily, I started a bad thing last week, and by bad I mean wonderful.
I love it. It's great. All right.
Shooting for 16.
Yeah, I'm aware. Thank you.
Lily, I have Rally to throw in if you need. You can trade in all your cards.
All right, Anton is using, or Armand is using one of his possibilities because he just got a 10, which is not enough to clear.
Lady Salvo, in character, will say, "Would it help if I got out and pushed?"
No, probably not. Get ready to jump.
Anton, there's this moment of weightlessness.
Woo!
As Armand floors it, and for a minute you're a little worried, and you can kind of see Armand's eyes kind of sparkle with the red and blue electricity of a true storm knight, and you come crashing down on the other side of the bridge.
I have just made it to 16.
Yay!
All right, Lady Salvo, as you are holding onto the hood of this Jeep, you go launching over what was a major overpass that has fallen in disrepair. You definitely feel the back wheels kind of hit on the edge and then kind of kick up and go.
Nice.
So, since Lady Salvo's out in the engine compartment area, does the hit and rock flip her back into her passenger seat?
No, I'm not that nice of a GM. Lady Salvo's out on the
Roll body control.
That's right.
Wrong game.
Oh, Dark Eye.
Are you going to use your whip to secure the bumper and then slide underneath the Jeep and then climb up on the backside?
All right. Now it's my turn for a bunch of math.
That would be a really cool scene.
Don't
Yeah,
lose
that
your
would
head.
be completely original and never before seen.
Never before seen before. All right. B. Oh no. All right. Well,
That's a great noise for me.
what? Oh no.
I like that noise.
How many bikes are not going to make this jump? That's the only question.
Well, here's the thing. 3
They're
of them
hustling.
make the jump. One of them so poorly fails that it goes right into the concrete, the bracing of the bridge, and you just see this explosion come up behind. The 3 vehicles, or 2 of the vehicles, hit on the far side. The other guy was too far behind to actually catch up. So there's only
George Miller, super close up on the guy's face. Ah!
That's it's that scene from the never mind.
So do they crash, explosion, and they jump through the flames?
They do. The two bikes kind of jump through the flames. Only one of them has a gunner, and he is going to take a shot. This guy's at sea, so it is only the -2 and the -2 from being stymied. So the -4. Who is he going to hit?
That-
Anton,
his
he's taking a
motorcycle.
shot at you. Let's be honest. He's double tapping. That's a cocked. All right. Well, that's a 10, followed by a 19.
Nice
Plus
shooting,
9 minus
Tex.
4 is, well, actually minus, so 10, so minus 4 is 6, plus 6. Anton, I got a 19 on fire combat to hit you.
Woo! Damn.
That's 7 better. So good success.
All right, and your toughness is 12.
Yeah, bold.
a wound and 2 shock as it kind of catches you in the shoulder.
Soak.
I didn't take damage last time. I went in a cur, and the only shock I took was from Maddie's playing her card.
So no soak?
Nah, I'm good. I can heal my wounds. I can't heal others, but
All right.
I need to save my possibility for other important roles.
You can't stop me. So you can see that you are heading into a subdivision that is basically a maze of burned out buildings, cars in the streets, small shops, little villages that have sprung out, small tent cities. If you can make it through this, you can escape. Villains will go first. Approved action is intimidate and trick. And heroes are confused.
Oh no.
This is the first time we've drawn to confused. Heroes may not use cards from their pools during this round. You still gain destiny cards, but you may not use them. D is available. So D is available, and I will also say there is no C. So that last guy who just rolled a 37 on his land vehicles cannot advance. The flames were too much, and he chickened out at the last minute. You guys hear the squeal of the tires as the 2 guys kind of come to the edge and shake their fists at you.
37?
Yeah, but I can't advance. I got a 20 and a 17. All right, so the 2 guys who are currently with you, they are racing for D as well to catch up. 1 definitely will not be catching up, but the bike with 2 people advance and they pull up next to you. They actually pull up next to the bike that has Lady Salvo and Edith, and the gunner on the back is going to try and spray the 2 of you. And also pray. I believe that's how that goes, right? The spraying comes first and then the praying?
Yes, usually.
Are they skunks?
Alright, so -2 for the multi-action, -2 for the chase scene, which means my 16 only nets me a +1. So compared to Edith and Lady Salvo's dodge, I got a 14.
Close, but no.
Do you kind of hang off the side and let the car take the engine block kind of?
Yeah, probably.
All right, Anton, you can see Lady Salvo kind of holding onto the side of the Jeep, making a low profile between the 2 of you, between Edith's Jeeps and Armand's. Edith, does a 14 hit your dodge?
Yes.
All right. Now, Edith, you are actually in the vehicle, so you may increase your toughness by 2 because of the cover of the Jeep. So what is your toughness +2?
14.
14, and then what was your, how much did I beat your, what's your dodge? Sorry. I beat it by 3?
11.
11? All right, so I only beat it by 3. So 14 to 14, you will just take 2 shock as the bullets riddle the door. You kind of get, you can feel them impact, but the werewolf, your sweet werewolf duster kind of absorbs most of it. You're going to feel it in the morning, but you don't think anything's broken.
I always feel it in the morning.
That is my turn. So, Lady Salvo, you just have to hit a 16, and you guys have successfully lost the Spetnaz. Or sorry, Edith has to roll it. The rest of you guys still get to go, so you can make it more difficult. Go ahead.
Well, I think I'm going to try a variant on the Parthian shot and just sort of dangle over the side of the car and shoot on the underneath it.
Okay.
And hit the guy's wheel. I want to shoot his wheel, which I'm guessing is a maneuver?
Yeah, let's call it a maneuver.
All right. So I'm shooting his wheel, or his tire. I'm going to put it. Not great. That is a -2. That'd be an 11.
An 11?
Yeah.
An 11 hits. their land vehicle skill, which is what I'm going to use for their dodge roll here. So go ahead and.
Okay.
What is the base damage that you inflict?
Oh, 14 AP2.
14 AP2. AP2.
The tires aren't armored or run flats.
They are not, but it is enough to. It's not enough to destroy the Jeep or the bike, but it is enough to throw them off balance. Do you want them vulnerable or stymied?
Stymied.
All right. You see Lady Salvo fire the shots underneath the Jeep, and the bike next to you, Edith, kind of. You can hear the shots hit the bike from underneath the Jeep. What are you doing?
Edith?
Yeah. We'll finish
I'm
Jeep
going-
1, then we'll go to Jeep 2.
I'm gonna shoot the front tire of the bike.
You got to drive. If we hit the thing, we're
You just
done.
drive. I'll get the other bike.
Fine, I will just drive.
Or you can multi-action.
I'm never driving
You can
again.
always multi-action. Yes.
How poorly have I been rolling? What are you trying to do here?
I
thought
mean,
the GM
I'm-
was supposed to be on the side of the players.
Listen, that only extends so far. I think
Edith
that a
does what she
multi-action with the bolt in one hand, like, would be awesome, but...
But I mean, that's just me.
I just want to make the difficulty that much higher, so I'm going to tell you how cool it looks.
I also think it would be awesome, but I'm just gonna drive. For those of you in the chat who are listening, the theme song for this right now is "Shut Up and Drive."
All right, go for it.
I'm mathing in my head. It hurts. I make a 16.
All right. Edith, your Jeep sort of pulls ahead, and Lady Salvo, as you kind of are on the side, you can see, like, tents flying by. Edith is weaving this, like, threading the needle through this tent city. She hasn't hit anybody yet, and you can hear the bikes behind you as they kind of approach as well. Anton, you said you wanted to go next, then Genevieve, and then we'll
Yes.
see how Armand does.
Since I just need to slow them down, I'm going to use, on the other bike, telekinesis to raise its back tire so he doesn't have as much traction and he'll slow down.
Oh, all right.
And they're close, so there shouldn't be any kind of distance factor.
You just have the -2 for the chase scene going on, and so this is a maneuver. You're trying to, like, lift it up and pull it back.
Yeah, just lift it up so
All
his
right.
back tire is what makes it go. So
Go for it.
he'll just slow down and be like, why can't I go? I finally rolled in the teens on my first die. I need to write these down.
Yeah, no cards this round, which is really hurting us.
Yeah,
But we can still use possibilities, right?
you can still use possibilities. Yes.
Since we can't use cards.
I think that I had a card once that took possibilities away from people.
So 20. So that changes it to plus 10. So, you said 16 is what I needed, because that's what I got.
No, I didn't. I didn't tell you what you needed. But a
And
16
the
is a
maneuver's
good
16.
is a good success.
Okay.
All right, you pull that bike back. It's definitely this is the one that was shooting at Edith.
Well, one got stymied and they got shot at. I'd take the other, because there's two bikes still, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll take the other bike and make him
All right.
back away.
Genevieve, you can hear Armand is yelling into, like, he's got an old radio and he's yelling into it. It is in French, so you hear him saying, "We are almost there. We are coming. We are coming. Get the bay doors open."
Open the pod bay door, Sal.
I'm sorry, Dave.
Okay.
I can't do that.
And how many motorcycles are still behind us?
There are the two. The other two, one is dead, and the other one was left far behind.
Okay. And the proved actions this round are
Intimidate and trick.
intimidate, trick. Okay. Can I call over the radio? Just fall back, and try and trick them into calling off the chase.
Yeah. Give me a trick roll.
It's one of ours, sir.
The codes are a little out of date, but they still check out.
Nope. Well, that dice just needs to go to jail. Okay. Since we're almost out of this, we'll use a possibility. Ooh, jeez. Knocking stuff over. It's a 3, just.
Reality storm.
Well, that's at least a 10. So that's.
I'm guessing we don't want that.
So that's a 12 on my trick.
A 12 on your trick beats their trick by 3. All right. Armand made his drive roll, and so as you disappear into this tent city, leaving a very confused group of Spetnaz from behind you, you come to this. You can see Edith and Lady Salvo. Anton is waving to the right as you kind of are making your way through this tent city. You can see a large thoroughfare that sort of opens up. And there are 2 women in kind of you can see they're wearing Kevlar vests and overalls, and they are just kind of pointing into a open like warehouse bay door.
I think that's where we should go.
Do you go that
I
way,
head
Edith?
to the bay door.
Okay. 5 minutes later, you can hear the motorcycles racing by outside. The doors have been pulled back, and Armand gets out and says, "Welcome to the Moscow safe house for the Delphi Council. I will get you to the Psychic Research Institute, but I think we could all use a bit of a break. And we will end the act. We're not going to end the session for tonight, but we're going to end the act, which means Cosm cards replenish, possibilities replenish, 5 XP is handed out.
Hot damn.
And we will refill the Destiny pool. So who needs Cosm cards? Who already has a Cosm card?
I've got enraged.
So Edith and Anton, you have Cosm cards. Do you want to switch them out?
What's enraged do? I forget. I wrote enraged and
In Rage, you plan a character with cyberware or occult tech. This is either you or Genevieve. They suffer an outburst of cyber psychosis for the remainder of the scene. They add 1 bonus die to all damage results, but on a mishap, they hit a random target instead. Alternatively,
yeah, let's switch that out.
all right. And Edith, you have
Salvage.
All right. So, Anton, you get, unfortunately, cyber psychosis. So you can play it. It plays immediately when you draw this card. Occult tech. Those with occult tech suffer 2 shock every time a dilemma appears on the drama scene for the remainder of the act. All Storm Knights with occult tech gain 2 possibilities immediately as well. So I will write that down. So for the remainder of this act, anytime we have a dramatic scene with a dilemma on it, you will suffer shock.
But I get 2 possibilities.
Yep.
For the whole act,
For
they
the
get
whole-
5 possibilities total.
He gets 5 possibilities right now, and remember, possibilities last for the act. So Genevieve, you get, oh, this is awesome, Torturous Visions. Play immediately when drawn. The party experiences flashes of a grim potential future. For the rest of the act, if fatigue appears on the conflict line, the characters are also stymied, and psionicists are very stymied. All Storm Knights gain.
I want to keep my Cosm card.
All Storm Knights gain 1 possibilities and 2 possibilities if you have the psionic perk. So this act is going to be rough for you, Anton, but you're going to have 7 possibility.
Mark,
Wow.
I just need you to know, JM is the one picking these cards. We're not.
And then Ross, you get Scourge.
Scourge.
Play on the first round of a combat. All combatants add twice their wound penalties to melee weapons and unarmed combat for the remainder of the fight. So instead of subtracting your wound penalties, you add double them to those 2 skills. Now, who
Just need some citrus fruit. It'll be good. It'll go away.
Who needs destiny cards? How many do you need, Edith? And if you are over 4, you reset back to 4.
I'll take 2.
All right. Flurry and Martyr. I love when the
Not what I
Martyr.
wanted, but okay, thanks.
What was that?
It's not what I wanted, but okay.
The deck giveth and the death taketh away.
Currently,
how many
more
do
the
you
second.
need? 1. Rally. Lady Salvo, you good?
I need 4.
You need 4. All right. Action. Read all about it. No, sorry. Reality Surge and Leadership. So 2
Woo.
actions, a Reality Surge, and a Leadership.
Okay, I'm down to 4, but I want to trade in my Nemesis for a new card because I'm not going to use Nemesis.
But it's such a great card. Connection. The deck wants you to meet someone, Anton. I think the chat wants you to meet someone too. Just
In your
saying.
horrible, debilitated current state. 'Cause that'll go well.
All right. So you are holed up in the Delphi Council safe house. I'm going to let all of you make a roll to recover wounds. You can ignore your wound penalties thanks to the medical attention available here, but you still need to make a roll for that. And then I will give you this horrific psychic vision of the future. So it is a strength test to recover a wound.
I would like to use Mend.
Okay, go for it.
What's the target we have to hit?
10,
10.
Oh,
5. It is plus 8. It gives me 22. I would heal 3 wounds. I only have the 1, so. I heal my wound. And the shock just goes away.
All right.
can we?
Yes, you do
use
recover your shock.
Possibility on this?
You may spend a possibility on this, and your possibility is just re-upped. Now, Anton, what is the group's XP total at right now? 35?
40.
40.
Yep.
You guys are getting close to beta clearance.
I just bought up my mind to 8
Nice.
and picked up a couple of points of unarmed combat.
Excellent.
I apologize, Jam. So I hit what I needed to hit. So is it just 1 per?
You recover 1 wound. Yep.
Okay.
I have 7 possibilities, and I also have the transfer card, so I'll be able to share that with the group.
All right.
Now, someone played a Cosm card that we all have to roll on. Is that right, or did I hear that wrong?
No, so basically, there were 2 Cosm cards that had to be played immediately. Cyber Psychosis, they're both the reason why. So you should all be
Okay.
at 4 possibility, and Mark should be at 7 possibility for this act.
Okay.
But you all, as you are resting, Armand sort of comes around with hot cocoa, which is really more vodka than anything else, but it does have marshmallows floating in the top and is warm. He assures you that the Delphi Council safe house is safe. We have guards here. Rest. I will track down this site that you saw. We will speak in the morning. And I mean, they're not. This is a safe house. Concrete walls, concrete floors, cots, 2 blankets that barely qualifies the name, but there's a space heater in each of the rooms, so at least you're not freezing. And
This is the Ritz.
this is the nicest place Anton has ever stayed in Thurgold.
Has a roof.
4 stars would stay again.
That's right.
4-diamond Michelin.
Gets a Yelp review.
I think it's Scream.
Yes.
In Thurgold.
Yes. Scream. Yes.
So, as you all rest, you all eventually drift off to sleep. The sounds of convoys moving through, people yelling in fights. Several times fights break out just outside the window. But they happen so often, you don't even notice them anymore as you eventually drift off to sleep. And you all have the same dream. Standing on the edge of what seems to be a mountain peak, you see this sort of verdant bowl spread out before you. Trees, rivers, a thick mist that is rolling in. And you can see that there are large, leathery winged creatures flying through the air deep, far below you. There's probably someone running around with MC Fang down there as well. And you hear a voice clearly that speaks to you all in your native tongue and dialect. So for Lady Salvo, it's sort of like a radio tuning in, and you hear it coming across the radio. Genevieve, you hear it in French, tinged by that slight mechanical voice that every liturgical deliverance that the Godnet proclaims. Edith, you hear it in your old monster hunting commander buddy's voice, that kind of gruff, Orosian, no-nonsense kind of tone. And Anton, you hear it in sort of your mind, the way the race kind of speaks to each other. And you hear, the second seal has been broken. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth. And you can see this darkness starting to spread from the lake, as if the lake in the center of this bowl is draining. And you all gain a fear, you feel this fear kind of rise up. You can hear this shrieking, and you hear, "Come and see." And you see this red mist sort of rising up out of the center of the earth, this hole. And as the mist starts to touch the trees, at first you think they're dying. Their limbs turn brown. The foliage sort of decays, and what you realize is they're turning into nightmare trees. And you hear the voice say one last thing: "Where is the weapon of light, forged long ago to fight this threat?" And you all 4 kind of sit up at the same time, soaked in sweat.
Ah!
And it is morning. You can see the light. I'd say you could see it coming through the windows, but those have blankets over them. You can see them through the cracks in the wall. That there's that the sun has risen outside, and you can smell the scent of bacon kind of filling the safe house.
I am not a religious woman, says Lady Salvo, but the second seal does not sound like a a blessing when it is broken.
Now, nightmare trees are what we put down in Central Park.
Essentially, yes. That was a
Similar?
dim thread tree, which is sort of a sub-variant of a nightmare tree. We're getting into Gauntman nightmare specifics, but
Jam, having grown up in the papacy, do I recognize anything about the second seal?
you definitely do. I mean, it definitely sounds like a quote from the Book of Revelation.
Her phone pings with a piety point.
That's right. Yeah, you just gained a piety point for asking that question. All I can think about when I read through the Cyber Papacy book is, again, that episode of the Orville where everyone has upvotes and downvotes, and that's how their legal, like, their justice system works. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, Genevieve, we don't serve people with that low of piety points here.
She's a hacker. She could totally raise her point value and no one would know.
You keep telling yourself that. So, what is the plan? You smell bacon. You all had this vision. You all heard, maybe not screams, but you definitely heard exclamations as you woke up from those around you.
I would
from your
seek out
own lips.
V. I would seek out V right away and say the thing that I said. I'm not a religious person, but the idea of the second seal breaking sounds not like a blessing, but rather a curse. Do you know anything about that?
I mean, it's a quote from the end. It's not a good reference.
I have scholar, JM. Could I make a scholar roll?
Sure,
maybe,
give
or-
me a scholar roll.
I go get bacon.
It's one of those skills that I never get to use. Hey, I got a 10.
Everybody in the chat is like, what? Lady Salvo
And a
has
15.
scholar?
The 25, which would be an 8, to my scholar of 9 now, because I bought up my mind. So 9, 8, 17.
All right, so Lady Salvo, as the adrenaline sort of fades, you wake up and you're talking with V. You have heard this before. I mean, this is out of the Book of Revelation of Saint John. It's speaking of seals which will unleash the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. The second seal releases the Red Rider, also known as War.
So, I mean, it's been a while since I've studied this book, but according to the Bible, there's a chapter on Revelations. It says the second seal, when it's broken, releases the rider War, one of the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. So that might explain the red mist I saw in my dream. War never changes. What is it good for?
Huh.
Wait, you had a dream about mist?
Yes, coming out of the lake after it was drained.
I had the same dream.
That's unsettling.
What did we eat something? And I check my radiation band. Like, is this some...
You guys, yes, your radiation bands have started to kind of move back into sort of the lime green color. So the rads are lower here, and you haven't accumulated enough like long-term radiation yet. The radiation rules are a lot of fun. They're tied to the drama deck. I really hope they come up, but not for now.
to make sure it's working?
There's no real tech there. It's not like you can like
More reassuring. Like, I want it to tap it and it say something so that Lady Salvo and I are having the same dream for no reason.
Let me ask Edith. She knows a lot about occult things. I'll go see if I can find her.
Armand is making soggy bacon for you, Anton. This is the other.
That's good. While I'm chewing at it, I'll go back in there, and when I hear red mist, like, yeah, a red mist, exactly. No.
Edith, you now have Lady Salvo and Anton in your room.
And bacon.
And bacon. Well, yeah. Anton, did you bring
Just
bacon
print
for
it
everyone?
down on his shirt because it's chewy, soft bacon.
Why? Sounds terrible.
Every NPC needs a break.
ambrosia.
Because I'm in Tharcold, I really don't worry about uncooked bacon.
Yeah, the
killing
radiation kills all of the food microbes, so you're fine.
In
You
fact,
just
you don't even need to fry it. You can just lay it outside on a piece of metal. It just
That's
fries
right.
itself.
It eventually will cook itself. In
have a
Tharcold, bacon cook you. All
Terrible.
right, so they came asking for occult advice.
Do you know things about nightmare trees and the second seal, red mist, a lake being drained? Does any of this sound familiar to you?
I mean, from my dreams just now.
Yes, I think we've all had the same dream.
Do I know anything about nightmare trees?
Give me a.
See, this is Edith. She drinks and she knows things.
That's right. You drink and you know things. Edith, do you have what skill would? It's a mind roll, but what skill would you apply to this? Do you have a skill that applies well?
I'm guessing occults.
Yeah. Do you have occult?
I don't.
All right. Give me a mind roll to see what you can discover.
I wish that I had more dice to hand.
Do we need to send you more dice?
You absolutely do not. I definitely have more dice. They're
Oh,
just
okay.
not with it.
I'm like, because we
Is-
will.
Is one in dice jail or something?
No, they're just, I mean, these dice currently hate me.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought there was a skill for occult, but there's really not. What was I thinking? There's got to be a skill that's kind of like that, though.
How much does it cost if I want that skill? Because
Well, I mean, you could take the profession skill Monster Hunter, and it would be 1 for the first point,
And then 2 points for the second
and then
point.
2 points for the second ad.
well, I have many XP on which I could spend with which I could purchase Monster Hunter.
Profession.
And that's a mind skill, you say?
It is a mind skill. I do
Alright.
say.
Jet's saying it's scholar.
Well, it could just be scholar.
Yeah,
I
you
guess.
could. Yeah, scholar would work as well.
I don't know that
Arcane
Edith.
lore.
Yeah, I don't know that Edith would be a scholar. She might be arcane lore, gleaned from experience.
That's under scholar. But yeah.
You're a street scholar. Jam, I have a question.
Yes.
Can I get super nerdy?
Can you get what?
Give that woman a possibility.
Can I get super nerdy?
You can
And
get
can I-
super nerdy.
Are there commentaries on Revelation? Could I like maybe see if I can pull up some?
Wow, we're going. This is.
Video.
I got the glasses. I want.
That's why the possibility is warranted.
That's. I'll give it. I will give it to you.
Okay.
Can I get super nerdy? She says, putting on the round glasses.
That was good.
Now we are all wearing glasses right now. That's wonderful.
Yeah, you can definitely have a possibility, and you wanna. Yeah, go ahead and give me a scholar roll as well.
Dollar. So that's just mine. Okay.
Thanks to Mr. Furious in the chat for pointing out scholar to us.
Oh, several of them did. They jumped right on it.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. For some reason, I thought it was a separate skill. I don't know where that came from. I got so many different game systems in my head right now.
Okay. Use
A little photobomb there,
I
Jam.
know. I saw him. That's my boy Zane. He's listening, watching us play Torg.
Tell him I say hi, everybody.
They can all hear you.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Zane.
Okay. All right.
Careful, he roots for the cyber demons.
He does. All right. Would you get Genevieve?
Using the possibility that the nerd glasses earned me, got me to a 14.
All right. What
Excuse me,
specifically
sir.
are you looking for?
To see if there's any consensus. I realize Maddie realizes saying consensus in the same sentence with revelation is a contradiction, but this is the cyber papacy, so we're gonna hope something's different. Is there any consensus around the second seal, interpretations of what that means, if there's any?
In general, it's always considered a bad thing.
Okay.
Without
Like a 1 to 10, how bad?
yeah, like an 11, like an end of the world. It's a 10. The only reason it's not 11 because there are 2 more horsemen that follow after. But in general, it relates to an increase in divisiveness and division between everyone. And you already know how bad it is here in year 1, right? This is a promise that things will get even worse.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Thank you. Yep. B would not know that. She lives in the cyber papacy. Does she practice church things? No.
Edith, what are you rolling?
So I have purchased Monster Hunter, and so I will roll against that.
Okay. Do you want to roll against Monster Hunter as a profession, or do you want Scholar as like the actual knowledge of arcane lore?
Monster Hunter is a profession.
Yes. Okay. Give me the Monster Hunter roll.
I have selected different dice. We like to believe that these ones like me tonight, but we just don't know. We can't know these things.
It's how could anyone know? It's unknown.
12.
A 12? Well, I mean, here's what you know about nightmare trees. They are definitely awful. They are planted as a withered seed inside a living person until it grows into that gnarled, knotted tree. You also know that they act as hard points for Orosh, no matter where they're planted, no matter how far away they are. And a hard point extends Orosh's reality around it. You saw what one did in Central Park not too long ago. If someone were able to convert, whether this dream is symbolic, metaphoric, or literal, we're talking about a massive spread of Oroshian influence.
Into Tharkold.
You don't know where you were standing.
Everywhere.
Everywhere?
Everywhere.
Across all cosmos.
That definitely sounds bad. There was something about a sword of light, a weapon of light. I mean, not a sword, but a weapon.
Oh, I may be able to give a bit of information on this, my friends. The other Storm Knight team that came through here, they were tracking down pieces to some sort of eternity shard. They said that they found a tablet in the Nile Empire, which showed beings breaking apart what looked to be like a sword of light. And they have found 2 of the pieces, and they were here for the 3rd. I believe where Anton, or where these are, where Archibald is, maybe where this other piece is.
They were looking for something around that size because I saw a box that was empty, but it was a locket. They said it was a locket that was missing.
Yes, I read the report and I spoke a bit with. She was from from Archasm, Genevieve. Perhaps you know her. She went by the name Speckles. Spectacles? One of the two.
Speckles.
She is a hacker from the cyber papacy. She said that the first piece that was found by by Archibald and someone named MC Fang and a hero from the Nile Empire known as Lapis. The first piece they thought was a necklace, but turned out to actually be the cross hilt when combined with this other piece that they found in Isle.
Maybe some kind of saber of light, but legally distinct. Legally distinct.
Legally distinct. Listen, I am not one for interpreting visions. I'm a unique, maybe not totally as unique as I wish to believe, but I'm an atheist from the cyber papacy.
How is that possible?
We as
Easier than you think.
human beings, Lady Salvo, have an amazing capacity for self-deception.
Good answer.
There have been
And there's the whole eunuch thing too.
unique, my friend. The eunuch is something different. But I've heard a name of some of the people who go out into the woods. Some sort of warlock, sorcerer, who.
A cyber witch?
No. I do not know. They refer to him as the Deathless. They say he has been on as long as people have been in this area. They call him Koshi the Deathless. And they say that he knows many of the things that happen here. Many people go to him to speak of oracles or visions.
Is he not far?
I could find him for you, but I also found out where the research site is. I do not know where you would wish to go, but I could take you to either or both.
Well, we have a reason to visit the research site, and we've been pushing for that for a while.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? What do you think, Edith? V?
At least see the fate. We can find out the fate of the other team.
I think if they're hooked up to machines, we should get them out sooner than later because that's not typically a pleasant experience.
Not here, no.
Maybe get them out and then maybe track down answers about the visions.
That seems like a good plan.
We have any more weird visions, or if it was just we all ate something weird.
Yeah, you definitely got the feeling that it was more than just, bad vodka. All right. Well, I have...
Edith, are you on board with this plan?
Yes.
Okay, good. Then we're agreed.
Well, I have
We're going to the research site to rescue our friends.
We have a Spetnaz transport that we can get you into the site. I do not have any... I have 2 uniforms of the PRI and 2 of the Spetnaz. Unless
I'll
you wish
dress
to
as
go
a
in
Spetsnaz.
guns a-blazing, as they say.
I can dress as a Spetsnaz.
I can go as PRI.
No offense, Genevieve, I think that Edith is going to pull off Spetsnaz better than...
Oh, I was going to say PRI. Because I want to... Never mind. All of the public radio jokes are going through my head again. Yeah, I'm okay being PRI.
But to truly fit in as a Spetsnaz, and I'll kind of seriously make eye contact with the rest of my team. You're all about to see something that I've never shown anyone else. And I take off my domino mask.
Oh, your real face?
Yes.
All right.
Unmasked at last.
I feel like that's a good point to end with the reveal of Lady Salvo's true identity. We will be back next week with more Torg, Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Or sorry, just the Four Horsemen. The rabbit hole keeps getting deeper, but hopefully there are some clues, some tantalizing insights. Thank you to everyone who showed up for the chat tonight. This is amazing. Thank you for being involved. I love that you guys are now also participating with the chat in all of this. So we will be running a rerun on Thursday of last week's Myth, Tales of Legend quick start that we are doing. We're playing through the Lost Barrow. So on Thursday, if you missed it last week, check it out. You can also go to DriveThruRPG and download the Lost Barrow and get all of the secrets spoiled for you. None of my players should do that, but the rest of you are welcome to do that. We will be back next week. Well, all right, Ross already has all the spoilers because we wrote it. So we'll be back next week with more Torg, and Myth will return next Thursday. Check out all the other great shows on the Ulysses International channel. We go through this spiel every week, but it's still fantastic. Heretical Musings is one of my favorite things to tune into. We've got campfire chats with Ross and I talking about the Myth RPG. You've got a show that Eric does about the board game,
Dawn of Heroes.
Dawn of Heroes. Yes. When do we have any like public knowledge of when that's? I know it's developing, and if you want to go check it out, like Eric's the guy to watch talk about this game. He's got a passion for it, and it's going to be awesome. And as always, thank you to my players. Thank you to our chat moderator and producer, JD. She just keeps this thing rolling as smoothly as we can. And until next time, have a safe week. Get some good gaming in. Let us know what you think of the show. Jump on the YouTube channel. Leave some comments. We try and interact with them all the time. So if you're watching this not live and you're watching this now, leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. So that's it. Four Horsemen, Torg, Eternity. We will be back in a week. Have a good one.